Welcome to another edition of Targeted, the video series where I review food and kitchen products targeted to me in ads on the internet. Hi friends, welcome to a special edition of Targeted where I unbox this box that was targeted to me in ads on the internet, but it was also gifted to me. So I've seen this company's ads all over the internet and I was very intrigued. And I happen to have an old colleague that works for this company and she offered to send me some goodies to try. So we're gonna do that today. Let's take a look. We got coffee from Beanbox. And most exciting to me, we have 2 boxes of their cold brew, which I'm super excited to try. And we're gonna get to the cold brew in a second, but I wanna see what's in this box. I got a little sampler box of 4 different coffee beans. So if you don't know, Beanbox is a company that sells coffee on the internet, and they have subscription boxes that you can buy. So you can buy monthly or weekly subscription boxes to always have fresh coffee. They curate different styles so you can try different types of coffee. But you don't need to get a subscription box. You can just buy coffee from them whenever you need it and buy this cold brew. But what did we get here? So this is basically their package of, or an example of one of their packages of their samplers that you can get. And all of these have a couple of ounces of beans in them, which is good for 4 to 6 cups of coffee. And they sent me a little caramel. So exciting. So I think what I'm going to do is for the rest of this week, try these different beans and see how we like them. But today what I want to do is dig in to this cold brew. Cold brew is my absolute favorite coffee. I drink it all through the winter. And when I worked in an office, we had cold brew on tap, and it was so awesome. And I think that this could be a nice replacement for cold brew on tap because it comes in these nice little boxes that fit right in your fridge, and then you can always have coffee when you want it. So I'm going to go ahead and get us set up for a little bit of a tasting to compare this Beanbox cold brew with my own homemade cold brew and see if I can tell a difference, see which one I like better, to see if this is something that I want to keep buying over time. All right, I have us set up for a taste test. I have 3 glasses, identical glasses, that on the bottom I put A, B, and C on, and I'm going to fill them up with the 2 Beanbox brews and my cold brew, which I just wanted to show you. We have this cold brew maker, which I will link below. I really like it. It makes making cold brew pretty easy. But let's see if Beanbox can beat my homemade cold brew. So I'm going to pour these in and mix them up and see which ones I like. Now, these boxes are really, really adorable. They have a little spout that comes out, just like a box of wine, in a nice airtight bag in there, which should help keep your cold brew fresh. I really think these would be great for me for bringing camping, just because they hold a lot of coffee. I think there's 1.7 liters in here, but it's pretty lightweight and manageable in size. It's not going to take up a lot of space. I have their smooth and bright and their rich and creamy, which I believe are the 2 flavors they're offering now. The smooth and bright are Guatemalan beans with notes of milk chocolate, vanilla, and tangerine. And the rich and creamy are Indonesian beans and also from Central and South America, so it's a mix. And the notes are dark chocolate and vanilla. So I'm going to go ahead. All right. Let's fill up glass number 2. It smells incredible already. I mean, coffee just always smells so good. And then we have my home brew. All right, let's give them a mix. And actually, this might not be such a surprise, but I can tell that I'm going to move these out of the way. Mine is definitely a lighter color than Beanbox's, which I feel like is already a good indicator for Beanbox. All right. Okay. So let's give these a try. Now, in full disclosure, I am a person that drinks my coffee with cream and a little bit of sweetener. But I feel like for a taste test like this, we really have to go black to get an understanding of the overall taste. Okay, so I'm going to rate these. I think we're going to go like this. 1, 2, and 3. And I can already tell you that the Beanbox coffees won out because this is much lighter than these. And my home brew, which is normally fine, like I like it, definitely has less of a depth of flavor. We're using Costco Guatemalan beans here in a medium roast, which again, like I drink this all the time. It's definitely not bad, but these two just have more depth of flavor. They are a little bit more well-rounded, and I'm going to guess that this one is the smooth and bright, which would have been A. And I'm going to guess that this one was the rich and creamy, which would have been B. So let's see. I was right. Okay, so Beanbox was the clear winner of my cold brew taste test. Definitely both of the Beanbox cold brews were more well-rounded in flavor, had a greater depth of flavor. They were definitely richer in color, richer in flavor. So I'm really excited to have these in my refrigerator over the next couple weeks. Hopefully they'll last a couple weeks. I don't know, I really love my cold brew. I'm also going to spend some time getting to know these little guys, making some coffee from these beans, and then I'll come back and do a full review. We'll talk about these products and then the prices and the value and give my final review on Beanbox.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin.
Good morning, guys. I am just getting my morning cold brew in. I've used almost an entire box of cold brew already. This box is still pretty full, so we have definitely been enjoying this cold brew. And I'm just making myself my cold brew the way I like it. We'll see how much we can get out of this bag. That's a good start. We can transition to this later. But the way that I like my cold brew is with a little cream. Just to get to the right color, tannish. And then, when I like to treat myself, when I like a little luxury, I go for the maple syrup. just a little dash. It is super delicious, and it sort of mixes well with a cold beverage. So good. Okay, so I have been trying my Beanbox products for a week, and it is time to review them. When I review products, I review them on form, function, and value. And for Beanbox, when we talk about form, we're going to really talk about the packaging, which I really like. First, let's talk about the coffee beans packaging. I really like the reusable top that comes with these beans. There's a little freshness thing in here. I actually don't know what this does, but it makes me feel like it'll keep the beans fresh. And I really like the labeling. The labeling gives you a lot of information about the bean, the origin of the bean, tasting notes, and my favorite thing is this little scale that indicates the roast level. And I feel like with this product in particular, the smaller sample size, over time you'll learn a vocabulary. You'll learn what you'll like. You'll learn kind of where in this roast scale that you like. You will learn sort of where you like your beans from and what to look for in the tasting notes. So I think this does a lot to educate you. And I think that's part of a product like this, right? You're paying a little bit of a premium, which we'll talk about in a little bit, to have access to the entire world of coffee at your fingertips delivered to your door. And part of that investment is learning what you like. I feel like after a lot of time getting this product, you will learn what you like and what to look for. So that will allow you to look for coffee wherever you might be. And the packaging does a lot of that work, which I like. Now, when we talk about the cold brew, I really like the packaging. It is small. These little boxes fit super well in the fridge. I even have them stacked like this when I was needing some room, and that worked really awesome on my top shelf. And obviously, this little nozzle to get your coffee every day works super well. It's vacuum packed to keep it fresh. I mean, I've had this coffee, it came a little bit before I unboxed it, and then another week, so at least a week and a half, it still tastes really good. So I think the packaging is a win here as well for the cold brew. As far as function goes, we're going to obviously talk about taste. Did we like this coffee? And that is a resounding yes. First of all, the cold brew is amazing. It is super tasty. It blows my cold brew out of the water, and I like my cold brew fine. But this is just another level. It is deep. It is rich in flavor. There's a lot of nuance. The beans, we liked the beans a lot. I would say this is exceptional. And the beans that we tried were great and definitely better than our Costco bulk coffee beans that we buy. It was definitely a tastier cup of coffee. So the quality is here. My coffee fanatic friends who I gave a pack to called it yummy. They would have not given it a good review if they didn't like it because they are serious about their coffee. So as far as the functional taste goes, winner. It's a really great product. And then I want to talk a little bit about the subscription aspect because part of this product is the subscription aspect. And I did talk about this a little bit as I was talking about the form, but I feel like the subscription product is really good for a super complex product like coffee. There's just so many aspects of coffee, and it's kind of overwhelming. And I find myself, when I go to the grocery store, really honing in on just that one thing I know I like, because it's just overwhelming to read the labeling and not really quite understand what it means. So for me, I know when I go to the grocery store, I just look for Pete's French Roast. I know I like it. It's delicious. Now, I've had coffee that I like a lot better than Pete's, but I just know that's reliable. And I wouldn't call myself a coffee expert. I would call myself a coffee enthusiast. I enjoy coffee and I like coffee, but I've visited some coffee plantations when we've been traveling and that sort of thing, but like picked up the basics. And I think coffee is like wine. When you start entering the arena, it's kind of scary and overwhelming. And I think that the function of this product allows you to really explore the world of coffee. If you like coffee, if you're enthusiastic about coffee, but not sure what you like, this is a great product. And you can get it in a lot of different ways. You can start out getting a monthly box where the team at Beanbox curates your coffee selections for you based on your preferences. Now, as you learn over time what you like, you can also get a subscription that's on a weekly or monthly basis where you're getting full bags of the coffee you love. And I think that's a great option for someone trying to get in to understanding coffee more. I also really liked the gift options that they have on the site. I found that I believe a 3-month gift subscription for a box of 4 2-ounce bags was about $69, which is delivered. And I have not seen a lot of monthly gift subscriptions that are that reasonably priced. It includes delivery every month, and that is 3 full months of sending someone that you love something that they'll probably love without it's not that expensive. I mean, sending one batch of flowers is going to cost you just as much as sending 3 months of coffee. So I really like that option. So think about Beanbox when you're thinking about gifts for people. They have a variety of gift packages. You can send these basic boxes. They do chocolate and coffee boxes. It was pretty cool browsing around the site and seeing what they had to offer. All right, now we're going to get into value, and I'm a little bit mixed here. I think this coffee is delicious. I especially think the cold brew is delicious. But of course, I had to do a little bit of math. So I'm going to talk about the beans first. When we did some rough math to figure out what the cost per cup would be with our Costco grounds, we figured that we're getting probably about 20 cents a cup. Now, when you do that same math on the bean box, you're getting $1 a cup. That is 5 times more expensive. And when you think about the percentage, it's a little bit shocking and it seems like a lot of extra money. But I'll say that the quality is here and the option to explore is here. You are definitely paying a premium to explore the world. I'd also say coffee maybe should be more than 20 cents a cup, right? I mean, it is a special product. There is a lot that happens. You have to grow a bean. Picking the beans is not easy work. It goes through a whole process of fermenting and drying and roasting and then shipping from all around the world. Like $1 a cup does seem pretty reasonable, especially when you know you're getting quality beans from an expert curator. And then also when you compare this, if you're a person that goes to a chain coffee shop almost every day and buys a cup of coffee, this is a far better value for far better coffee. So I think the value is here. Sure, it is more expensive than what you can buy for a decent cup of coffee when you're buying beans in bulk. But, $1 a cup, you can't really beat that. For the quality that you're going to be getting, and over time learning what you like and being able to buy those coffees straight from Beanbox. Now, the cold brew is a little bit of a different story. I reiterate, this stuff is magic. It is delicious. It is super tasty. I love it. But when you do the math, it's about $3.50 for an 8-ounce cup. And that just seems really expensive for my everyday use. I make my own cold brew, and it is definitely not nearly as good as this, but it is good and it is fine and it does the trick for that daily coffee habit. So for me, I don't think the cold brew is a good value for everyday use. I'm probably not going to have a box of this in my fridge at all times. However, I will be buying this again. I will be buying it to treat myself. I will be buying it if I'm having a party or a brunch or having guests. It is so delicious. And I will probably be buying a box or two this summer to stick in our cooler for when we go camping, because it will be so easy to get my morning jolt of coffee in a super tasty way without having to worry about anything, just putting this really nice size box in our cooler. So I'll definitely be buying this again. It's just a little too expensive for me to buy for everyday use. Now, that said, I believe that there is a person out there that this is a great value for. If you are somebody who's going to buy a cold brew or an iced coffee almost every day from a chain mass market coffee shop, this is your new product, because it is about the same amount of money. You don't have to stand in line for this. You don't have to wait to get to the coffee shop. You don't have to drive through traffic. It's going to be right in your fridge without you needing to do any work. And you're spending the same amount of money regardless. So this is a far better value. It is far tastier, and it is a great product. So if you're a coffee a day out at the shop, and I'm not talking about, hey, I'm going to support a nice local shop. There are plenty of people that just go to those mass market chains where the coffee is just not that good. Get this, you're gonna love it and be so happy that you did. So it's not an everyday value for me. I love it, and I will continue buying it on occasion to treat myself. Coffee is an affordable luxury, and so I'll definitely look at it that way. I will probably be signing up for this subscription box though, because I do like the idea of teaching myself more about the coffee beans and the origin of the coffee and the roast and what I like. So I feel like this is a great value. If you get it monthly for this 4-pack, it's like $16.50, and that's totally doable monthly affordable luxury. So there you have it, my review on Beanbox. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that little bell button to be alerted when I launch a new video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Now go have some fun in the kitchen, and hey, go grab a cup of coffee.